So we got that little piece of blue sky right there. You see it? You see the little piece of blue sky? But then everything around it is super dark. Look at that over there. Look at it's all one cloud. What's up? It is my 8,553rd day alive today, and quite frankly, there's just never a dull moment in recent years. We're in the middle of making history. We might be on the wrong side of it again, which is, wow, amazing track record. But hear me out. Okay, the Supreme Court, you might have heard of them. The Supreme Court of the United States. It's like the big judges, you know them. The Supreme Court is listening to an ex-West Virginia running back right now. And his argument is that the NCAA treats its athletes unfairly. Which, wow, who would have guessed it? People exploiting people for money? No way, no how. What are you talking about? Not in America, but we are in America. And the NCAA has kind of been exploiting people. The NCAA makes so much money off sports. When COVID happened, we were really worried that the NCAA was going to lose a lot of money. Not because students went online, but because students couldn't go to games anymore. And then fans couldn't go to games. And then we almost didn't even have games. But because we did have games, the NCAA made money. They made money in a pandemic. What's that like? Sounds nice. I almost made money in this pandemic, except I didn't. I was nowhere close. I applied to a lot of places, never got. This isn't about me. Well, this is kind of about me. It's my YouTube channel. This is about my opinion. My opinion on the NCAA, because the NCAA is kind of trash. The NCAA is low-key a college sports monopoly. We can't have that. America is not the place for monopolies. America is the place for like duopolies and like triopolies and like quadopolies. But a single-opoly? That's not nearly big enough, bro. We need large-opolies. We need oligopolies? No, polygopolies. Maybe? Oh no, I'm just making up words at this point. Is there a lot of background noise in this episode? If so, apologies. I thought this park was going to be quieter, but now that I use my eyes, I can see constructions happening over there. There's a freeway right there with like traffic on it, like a lot of traffic. There's stopped cars on the freeway. That's never good. What was I talking about? Oh right, the NCAA is being sued under antitrust laws. What does that mean? Good question, because I didn't know either. I kind of knew. Antitrust is like against monopolies. You know, I'm pretty sure Google's in the middle of an antitrust suit. Who am I using? Sportico.com. Yeah, this is the link Twitter gave me because it's so much easier to just use Twitter's links. Sportico.com states, federal antitrust law prohibits competing businesses from unreasonably restraining how they compete. So, the basic rationale is that when competitors work together, some element of the economy might blah 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 blah. Essentially, antitrust says you can't stop the free market. If colleges have money, they should be able to use that money to acquire better athletes, right? Arkansas, with little money, could have bought a better player and made it further into the NCAA tournament bracket. But this is a football lawsuit. And so it doesn't affect basketball yet. If the ruling's big enough, a lot of things are going to change. But I mean, because we're in America and we like things to stay the same. We are. What was I saying? Oh, if I was a gambling man, I would put money on the NCAA. The Supreme Court is going to rule in favor of the NCAA because the NCAA makes money for America. And American money is better than American citizen money in the eyes of the American government. I think. All of this is my opinion. Don't flag me for stating my opinion. I'm not stating facts yet, except like what Sportico says is an antitrust law, and what I believe NCAA is big. That's a fact. NCAA makes money. Also a fact. The NCAA hasn't paid its athletes in like ever. I think that's like a half fact because I don't know it. You know, I assume it. Another fact about this whole thing. What's this guy's name? If you Google Sean Alston, he never made it to the NFL. He probably did a lot of good stuff for West Virginia, but he never made his money playing football. And that's not good. If you're a good athlete, you should be able to make money as soon as you can, right? You shouldn't have to need a job. And in fact, you can't get a job when you're a student athlete most of the time because it's a full-time job trying to win over and over again. And so, because they won't let athletes make money, they should be paying the athletes, right? Also, from a consumer standpoint, if there were names on jerseys, like if names can go on football jerseys, I would remember a lot more quarterbacks and a lot more players who I've forgotten at this point. I don't remember who was my favorite quarterback. I'd have to go to Wikipedia and look up Arkansas's quarterback history. But if I just had a jersey with someone's name on it, I'd know, you know. And maybe if like the sales of one athlete's jerseys are like so much higher than everyone else's, that athlete might get drafted better than they would have been drafted earlier. And I don't see the downside except it's going to cost money to pay athletes, right? And where does that money come from? Well, colleges have money. The NCAA has money. Commercials pay money to people. There's obviously like merchandise sales and like video game contracts. But other than that, like, how do you pay students? Like scholarships are privately funded or funded through the government, right? And so maybe we should privately fund, like, maybe we should change what a scholarship is, you know? Maybe we should make student athletes pay to go to class or something. How many of them even go to class right now, you know? Ideally, nothing changes, right? But that's not really ideal, right? That's just the simplest thing, is if everything just stayed the same. But this needs to be changed, right? I think everyone thinks that, or at least everyone under a certain age thinks that. We should probably be paying student athletes some money, maybe not hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe not even a full-time job, but if they should be making $20,000 a year, yeah, why not? Why aren't we paying them, like even the bad ones, like just $1,000 a year, right? That's something, and they can like invest it and like have a future, but they can't right now, basically. They don't have side hustles. And if they do have a side hustle, their coach doesn't know about it, because the coach wants you to focus on what you're doing, which is trying to make money for the college, which makes money for the coach, which doesn't make money for the student. It just gives the student better facilities or something, and like access to things is cool, but just give them money. Just give them money. There's just a lot going on in the NCAA right now, and so maybe because I'm not even on the Supreme Court, my opinion doesn't matter. And like, I agreed, that makes sense. But if you think about it, they are working full-time jobs, trying to make money for the NCAA or their college. And because they're working full-time jobs, they can't get another job. Because they can't get another job, and because they aren't guaranteed a job in like the pro field, then you got to pay them while they're working. Right? That's like a whole thing. And we don't need student unions, right? But if all the student athletes unionized, does the NBA have a players union? I could have waited to make this video until after we knew what was going to happen, but they're going to reach a verdict in like June or something. And so I'm just going to keep rambling about this every once in a while until it's like in the public face that something changed or nothing changed. That's all suits really are, right? Okay, I guess this is the end of a video. I hope it's long enough. Should I ramble a little longer? I mean, I'm gonna have to because I have to do the outro thing. So I guess I'm gonna ramble a little longer. Okay. So, thank you. Thank you for watching this video. It might have been a waste of your time, or maybe you're like me and just got a little heated about students not getting paid, or maybe you're not like me and you think students shouldn't be getting paid because they're students, and that makes sense too. They're supposed to be amateur athletes, and amateurs don't get paid. So I'm an amateur video maker right now, not a professional video maker. Amateur YouTuber? Oh, that is a terrible job title. I'm never going to say that again. But as of right now, that's what's happening. So yeah, I already said thank you. I'll be here tomorrow. Stop by. I think I told you how many days old I was. Leave a like if you want. Leave a dislike, and no one can see how many dislikes are on a video now because YouTube changed that. I don't think that's a good idea, but we're already talking about a really bad idea, which is paying college athletes, because that's just a whole issue. Yeah, comment down below maybe how we should get money to pay college athletes. Should each college athlete just have like a Patreon or something that all their fans just donate money to? That's an idea. What else is there? Yeah, okay. I think that's everything. Should I? There was... Oh, I haven't seen Kong vs. Ill yet. I'm gonna watch it tonight, and I'll let you know how it goes. But other than that, nothing is happening today. Okay. I remembered that I'm in Arkansas, because someone just drove past me without wearing a shirt. So, Arkansas. Okay. Thanks, guys, or gals, or the rest of you. Yeah, okay. Bye now. Bye.